Alrighty, we are back in my garage today, and as you can see, I've got the Sun Microsystems on the table, the hard drives, the power supply, the new one, and a big thank you to my friend Jacques who gave me these little clip-on mics. So now I get to talk to you a little more directly, I guess, a little closer. The audio quality should be better. But not only do we have all this on the table, off the table we have a good friend of mine, Chris.
Hey there.
This is Chris. He's an experienced Sun user from, well, back in the day. In fact, he used, what'd you say, a 450?
I used the bigger version of this particular model. It was the size of a small chest freezer.
Yeah, so he used the big brother. And, well, I needed help, and he was more than happy to help. He was pretty excited, in fact, from what I could tell. So today we're going to do a couple of things. First thing on the list is finding the, well, it might be cleaning, actually, because this does need a clean. We need to vacuum it, alcohol swab some of those contacts, as suggested by him. I probably would have done the same myself, because, yeah, it's nasty in here. I mean, look at that. It's disgusting. But also, we want to, hopefully, if we have time, I want to test that power supply in here. Hope nothing was fried from the first explosive incident this thing gave. So I guess other than all that explanation, we are ready to go. Are you?
I'm game. Let's get it going.
All right. So yeah, we have stuff to do. I mean, what would you suggest first? We could do cleaning. We could do ground fault testing.
I think we should get as close to stock as we can. So let's pull the RAM. We'll match where they are in each bank. So we'll lay them off to the side in each subsequent order. We'll clean the contacts. We'll get all the dust bunnies out. We should probably remove the cards as well.
Agreed. I'll get screwdrivers and stuff.
And then all of this back here, we'll want to make sure if we can't vacuum it out, we should definitely blow it out before we energize anything, including the CPUs. So this is where your CPU bank is, so we'll want to get those out too.
I tried to figure out how to remove those, but I didn't go too in depth. Can you just pull them?
Pretty much.
Because I want to see the sparks in there up close. Those
Actually, we might have to pull this off, which is the cooling vent.
That makes sense.
And then there's this screw here, which is the mounting brace for this. So we'll have to undo a couple of these screws, but the best thing to do is start with the RAM first.
All right. That means I got to go get some cleaning supplies and also a tripod.
Tripod be good.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll be standing here watching you do all the work with the camera on the ground.
Yes.
Yep.
So, one moment.
Still green.
Okay. Every supply we have, I think we do have. Oh, screwdrivers. Got them right here. I don't know if all the drivers are in there. Okay. It's a nice set. I've had it for a few years now.
Paladin?
Yep.
Colluding, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a nice set.
I like this thing a lot. All right, anyways, we are about to pull the RAM, and as Chris has showed me, it's a lot like a sim bank. You just sort of go this way, and then it's really resistant, but then you just kind of bang. There are clips on here that I need to just like...
Nope, no clips. So you'll just go this way, and then pull up on one side. And then we'll come right over here, and I'm going to lay them this way.
Okay.
So we know that bank one all the way over.
All right, let's see if I can get this out. Oh, hey, hold on. These are completely different sets of RAM.
They are. That's why I noticed this. They're different vendors, different manufacturers, and you can see that someone has labeled them quite differently than the others.
Yes. Maybe we have more like 768, or maybe if we're somehow lucky, 1.5 gigs or something like that. With maybe those other sticks being larger, I don't know. They've got less, but they're bigger.
Now, I want you to look at something here. So if maybe move the camera a little bit, I want to point out something. So you'll notice that there's these spacers right here.
Yes.
The little lip.
Uh-huh.
So when I lift up on it, it's actually moving that retaining clip. So look really carefully right on this one.
Oh.
You see how it's...
That, yes.
That's the retaining clip, and that's how Sun did it. And way before people were using the metal clips to lock the RAM in. And so you can see there is just a ton of garbage here. So it's a good thing that we're taking that out.
Let's go alcohol first.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I would take the CPUs out. That's your next bet.
Do it all at once?
Do it all at once. Because if you're going to do it, you might as well get everything out.
Okay, so you said that cooling vent might have to come off?
Yes. So I see that there's one screw right over here. So let's start with getting that, getting this off.
All right. Well, that is easy enough. We might need a place for screws. I'll go get it like a magnetic tray or something. So I've got a few of those around.
Oh.
Sure.
This is better.
Oh, hey, this one's a retaining screw. It doesn't actually come out.
Exactly.
That's nice. Thank you, son. Very cool. Huh.
So it should come off like that. And so here's your other one.
Indeed.
Now what you're taking off is the retaining bracket for the two CPUs on this.
Yes.
So once that's off, you should be able to pull that completely off and then get access to the CPUs.
You see any other screws?
I believe those are the only two.
Okay, well, let's see. Something's holding it still.
Hold on a second. I just realized something. We got retaining clips.
Oh, aren't those fun?
So,
beautiful.
Yep. And now your CPU just slides right out.
Both of them. Ah, CPU cards. Now these are awesome.
Right.
I always liked CPUs on a card.
So let's put them in the order that they're going to go back in.
Makes sense to me.
So we'll stack them like that. Oh, holy cow.
Ugh!
You've got to check that out. Look at that dust layer.
The camera's not even oh my god, that's disgusting. Oh. This here is what we PC geeks live for, though.
All right, so now this retaining bracket can come out.
And a nearly bare motherboard. Nearly. We got to get those PCI cards out.
Yep. So this video card will be super easy because there's no screw.
Yes.
Just wham bam.
I tried testing that in a regular motherboard. Didn't do anything.
Well, it's because it's a Raptor. It's a Raptor GFX card.
Yeah, I searched it up. I'd never heard of it.
The Raptors? Oh, NVIDIA. Early NVIDIA, if I remember.
So they weren't meant for regular PCs.
Probably not.
Okay, I'm not surprised. Well, that's both of those out. Let's say we get these cables out.
Yep.
Ah, the tripod. No. All right, so this is a little clip right here that comes out, and that comes out. All right, easy enough. Same with, hold on. Oh yeah, same with this.
There you go.
Oh.
Just a tiny little clip right there.
Yeah, I was having trouble getting grip on that. Okay.
Now, I would normally suggest taking everything, including the motherboard, out, because we don't know what's on the other side. You said that there was a power supply issue. There's quite possibly a short on the underside.
Yep.
But in order to do that,
I think
we have to get to the underside, because if you look here, there's
a metal thing with
screw
screw
here.
Yeah.
But I'd say let's do our best to vacuum out what we can.
Yep, sure.
And then we got to clean these memory cards, the CPU. We'll take care of the fans and go from there.
So we vacuum now. I want to see the audio graph on what Audacity is saying. Oh, it's not that bad actually.
No, it wasn't that bad. I do want to point out, do you know what this is?
Looks like a BIOS chip.
That is the CMOS battery.
Oh no!
Yes.
At least it's socketed.
No, it pops right out.
Good. I know what those. I know this isn't a Dallas, but I know what those Dallas RTC type chips are like to deal with. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that should be the for the Spark.
And we know it's dead by now. So.
But it might come back to life once power's juiced to it.
Oh, do they recharge?
Sometimes they will recharge.
Oh.
I don't know. Given the age, it may not. Okay, so what do you think's next step?
We got to clean all this stuff up. All the stuff that's over here on the table with isopropyl alcohol. So that's the CPU, the RAM, this little vent thing, and these PCI cards.
So the nice thing is with these CPU cards is this is just a housing, and it should just
clip off.
Might have to take yeah, right there.
I want to see this CPU. I'm actually really interested in seeing what it looks like.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, nothing to write home about though.
Yeah.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
No, but it's still awesome to see.
And I hope no one yells at me for my fingers touching the gold contacts. It's fine.
Yeah.
But look at that dust layer.
It's disgusting. You could just peel that right off.
Yeah, but vacuum will be the best thing.
Yeah. I'll turn on the vacuum again once you get that second one open.
There we go.
You got that one? Very cool. Suppose I didn't really have to ask. It was very clear that you had gotten that. Ew. It's disgusting.
If you're a germaphobe, this is not for you.
Yeah, no, it's really not. Thankfully, I'm not too, like, you know, it's just, ugh, dust.
So it's interesting, one thing to note, that the CPU that was in the what I believe is the primary slot, is not as dusty as the one that was in the secondary slot.
Interesting.
Which is probably the one that was right behind where the drives were exiting.
That would make sense.
It was on this side, so it was taking all that
certain amount of airflow coming from the drives.
Yep, exactly. Or power supply, actually. I think.
Could be power supply.
Yeah.
Or both. So I was under the impression that the first NVIDIA card was not the Raptor. I'd never heard of it, in fact. I didn't know it was made by NVIDIA, but I was under the impression that their first card was the GeForce 256, and then the TNT and Riva 128, and then the TNT 2.
I'm double checking my memory. I could have sworn that it was NVIDIA. It could be. Oh, here we go. Text source. You can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can buy everything on Amazon these days.
Can you really buy this on Amazon, though?
Sun Text source, display port, AMD. AMD Raptor.
Ah, there we go.
And same part number that we've got here, going for.
Oh, hold on.
This means your heatsink compound is
yeah, that's brittle. I don't have any thermal paste, but I should. I've been slacking on it.
$95 is this card, refurbished. And if you want to get it by the 13th of October, buy now.
Listen to him, audience. He knows what's good.
So heatsink compound. Yeah, we're going to have to take care of that.
Yeah, I'll have to get some. All right. Not perfect, but it'll do.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about the first one. You can, if you compare the two sets of gold contacts here, the one in my left hand, the gold contacts are nice, bright,
shiny, and this is just dull.
So we're gonna have to make sure we polish this up.
Well, I've got the We have the tools.
What's a nifty way to clean your gold contacts if you don't have alcohol?
I have never had to do that.
Rubber eraser.
Really?
On the back of your pencils, use your rubber eraser.
Now that's a tip. I'd never known about that.
Yeah.
There we go. I believe that's, yeah, nice and shiny once again.
Good enough for government work. So I'm a little concerned about putting this back in without the heatsink compound, but
for a quick power up.
I think for a quick power up, yeah, we won't want to run it too long.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna save the actual usage of this machine for another video. We just want to see this thing post today.
Yep, exactly. All right. So what do you think? What do you think we're at now?
Well, if this were a proper repair, I'd say, why are we cleaning this? Let's take it down even further.
Yep.
But I think what we should focus on is the RAM.
Okay.
Because that is, well, that's kind of, it's not exactly hefty, but there's a lot of those sticks, and we got to be careful about the order. So,
yep.
These machines, I know these machines to the extent that I know that these are in banks of 2. And if you put the wrong thing in the wrong bank, it's not going to be happy.
Which is why we pulled them out in the same order. We're going to put them back in.
I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. Okay. Well, I'll take care of this half, and you can take care of that half. Sound good?
Okay.
Been listening to The Dark Side of the Moon a lot recently.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, it's an addictive album. I liked it so much that I bought the 50th anniversary repress of it on vinyl.
Nice.
And I just thought, oh my god, this is appropriate, you know? This is appropriate of me to do for an album that I have found myself enjoying so much. And I swear, every day I just find money stuck in my head.
Money!
It's a crime.
Yeah. What's interesting is a lot of people don't think that that is their quintessential album.
Is it like Another Brick in the Wall or The Division Bell?
I personally like Division Bell, but I'm also, grew up in an era when that was very popular. It was complete move away direction from Roger Waters at that point.
Yeah.
But I found myself listening to some of their earlier stuff, Arnold Lane and things that came before Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
And turns out that they are very much like the Beatles.
I'm not surprised. Most bands were heavily inspired by them.
Yeah, but they came out at the same time.
Oh,
and it's really interesting that Pink Floyd and the Beatles, within 6 months to 9 months, they split and went in different directions, and created the psychedelic influence versus the whatever the Beatles are considered. All right, so we're ready to do what?
Well, you pulled this out. You want to just give this a quick wipe down?
Yeah, and we can just use one of these rags. It's not
honestly.
a big deal.
I mean, I would think having it clean isn't a terrible idea since it's the main airflow for the CPUs.
Gotta love sheet metal instead of plastic like they do today.
Yeah. One wrong move and it's a fun trip to your bathroom for a Band-Aid.
There you go.
Very nice. Feels a little smoother now anyways. I think that's everything.
That's it for now.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get the front of this little nick, but that's fine. Just throw some more alcohol in this thing.
All right.
That's everything.
So I would, at this point, start putting the CPUs back in. We'll just reverse order. We'll leave the PC cards out for now.
Sure.
The PCI cards.
Yeah.
We'll focus on the CPU. So that one was the primary slot here. And then the one that the heatsink popped off on is that other slot.
All right. Oh, do I? No.
So I think we need to put the housing in first.
You might be right about that one. get the screws there.
Right there.
Aha. Where'd you get those from?
So that should already, remember, it's got the
Oh,
built-in.
right, that's for the vent. Yes. See, I'm not used to capacitive screws on such old technology. I'm used to that on things like, you know, my laptop or whatever. But
watch who you're calling old. There we go. I think that one's in. All right, try tightening that.
all right. Anything to progress in this project?
There we go. That looks better.
Much better. And I'll just adjust this until I feel it, you know, hit or whatever.
Feel it bite.
Yep. I think it's bitten.
All right, now we can put the CPU in. So that's your first one. It'll only go in one way.
Yeah, I was just making sure I had it the right one. Couldn't really remember, to be honest.
And it should fit in the channels in your case here, and then slide right in. Yep, nope. You'll use the wings. There you go. The wings should lock it in. If
It's not in there.
Okay. Nope, you're right. So there we go. So up and up, and once it's in, now push your wings in. Not like that. Oh, sorry. Just saying if you're awake.
You cannot get me with that. You can try, but you won't.
So don't worry about trying to put that on.
Yeah.
I would just go ahead and put the plastic. Because the whole reason for the plastics is for airflow control.
Yeah. I mean, we could zip tie it, but that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, no. But like you said, we're
only posting.
We're
Hopefully posting.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Can't get too cocky. No, not today. So you gotta line it up with the channels, you say, and then
keep the wings straight up and down. There you go. Nope. And then there you go. So one thing with these older systems that you'll find is they call it zero in ZIF sockets. So zero
insertion force.
Exactly. So you can go as hard as you can, and that resistance will help you not go too far.
That's good. I like
so
that.
That's what these wings do. The wings, bring it up, and they also leverage it in. So you can't go too hard on it.
It's a good design. Thank you, son. Or whoever created that idea. Thank you. So this next thing is our, let's see here. What's it going this? No, that's the exhaust. That means it's...
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be in this.
Yep, you got it.
There we go. That's much better.
I'm still amazed that they use sheet. That blows me away. No wonder these things are so heavy.
Yeah. Thanks, son. Now Oracle. Oracle still has documentation, which I appreciate.
Yes. Yeah.
Like nobody's using this today, but they still keep it up, which is great. Most companies don't do that.
All right, so I would probably suggest the power cables next.
That's what I was about to head to. So
brilliant.
You are, well, what can I say other than great minds think alike? Wow, you didn't make a joke about something like, well, I wouldn't say great, but
I'm waiting for when this thing blows up.
Oh, yeah.
When it doesn't blow up, then I'll say it.
All right, fair enough. See, you're good because you're not cocky. That's me.
I'm fried cocky. More than my share systems. All right, so we've got this. Maybe move your camera. Just maybe angle it this way, or better yet, put it up on the ladder.
Hey.
Because you're going to want to capture putting this all in. Now, I see that you stacked yours like this, and I left mine in that order. So do you know what order these were?
Okay, yeah, I do. So I went the rightmost first on the bottom, and then I just... So this should go in the last, right? This one
Okay.
closest to the processor.
Okay.
That's in.
That sounded like it was nice and solid.
Yeah. I like how easy they are to install.
Not getting them out, though.
No, I don't. I got a grand total of 2 out of the 16.
Just keep in mind, I've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
I've seen my fair share.
That's why I have you here. In the same time, not crooked, please. So, I won't lie to you, I have never used Solaris. I've never had the opportunity to. Just, I assume it's like any other Unix system.
Yeah, it is. If you've used Linux, if you use Unix, if you've used NXT on the Mac, it's all the same flavors.
Oh, Next?
Yeah.
I mean, Next is pretty close to Mac OS in some, well... It's more Rhapsody OS that was based on, but...
That's what the Mac OS is based off of, is NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't put that one on.
Good catch. That would have been pretty bad.
So like I was saying at the beginning, these shipped with Solaris 8. The last version of Solaris that I put on these was Solaris 10. I know that they are capable of running 9 and 10. And then after that, they forked it and made it x86 compatible, which was the beginning of the downfall of Solaris at that point, because Red Hat took over, CentOS took over, and all the other Debian variants.
The fleet.
Yeah.
There's going to be indents in my thumbs when I go to work tomorrow.
You will have blisters.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe, to be honest. Though I've been strumming an awful lot with my right thumb because I don't have a guitar pick. So, you never know. Maybe that finger is going to be just fine. We'll see. Oh well, it's par for the course. I work in a hardware store.
Yep.
We walk out of there with blisters all the time.
Or splinters.
Or splinters. Or whatever, honestly.
That didn't sound.
Looks like it's in there, though.
Yeah. It's not given.
Yeah, no, it's in there. That's all good. Either you pushed it in there or it was fine to begin with, so whatever.
It's always good to have a second set of
Eyes. And fingers.
True dat.
Or ears. Or in the case of an exploding power supply, sensory. Smell. Sensory? Really? Did I just say that?
So while you're putting this in, what can you tell me about the SCSI interface? What do you know about SCSI?
Okay, so SCSI. My first introduction to it was the Macintosh systems, the 86K ones primarily, but also a couple of PowerPC-based systems used it.
Okay.
But that's enough about me. That's not going in correctly.
Do you know what SCSI stands for?
A long time ago I might have, but I don't pay attention to that anymore.
So SCSI is an acronym for Small Computer Systems Interface.
Okay, sure.
SCSI. And there was SCSI, then there was SCSI 2,
3,
and
Ultra 160.
Well, SCSI 3 was, depending on your configuration, could have been the 160. So
I looked up these drives and it said 160, so I ordered a 160 card to test them with, and it didn't fit, so no.
Yeah. Sun had a little bit of a proprietary, and this is where I discovered a manufacturing defect in the 440 that got them to rewrite the operating manual and the service manual for it. this SCSI cable right here with this. And do you know what that is?
I can't see it. Oh, it's something? What the heck?
That's a SCSI terminator. That tells it where the end of the cable is.
Interesting. I've heard of those, but never seen them.
So the bug, the manufacturing defect that I found was the SCSI 3 protocol said your SCSI cable length could only be 18 inches. That meant 18 inches on the inside and whatever was on the outside of the SCSI bus going to an external drive array. So if you do the math on this cable length, we're at 18 inches already. You add an external drive bay, which is another 18 inches, plus the ribbon that's inside the drive bay, you're at in excess of 40 inches, which will cause your terminator to stop functioning properly, and you'll have drives drop off.
I remember you telling me that story, and audience, I just want to say I was hoping he'd tell it because it's honestly cool that this man here got Sun to rewrite a manual.
And I got some extra free drives out of it because they kept toasting my drives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we've got your RAM, right? You've got
CPU.
This. So I suggest we try the crowning moment with the power supply, see if it fits.
And here it go bang again.
No. It's not going to go bang because you did everything right.
Okay. Well, that's good. Power supply is right here. There. All right. I just want to show the audience how this thing slots in. So this here is the power supply. I've shown it in a little bit of an update video. I showed it making a click noise and powering on and the green light showing. So we know this thing isn't toast yet. And it's a pretty nice system. This is a common thing across a bunch of servers, modern or old, is to have a modular power supply and a second. There'd be a second one in here if I had a second that was working. But really all you got to do, and yeah, it's right way up, so you just got to slide it in there. And these two little tabs here lock it in place. I have the screws out right now, so they will not be locking anything, but they are there.
And why do you suppose they had those retaining?
So nobody tries to pull them out.
Exactly.
I think they're in the way, though, that's for sure. Something's up. There we go. That's more like it. All right. Just gotta... Yeah, thank you. All right, and slot that in. I think you just have to get a little... I think that's good. Yeah, it's not going any further. That's for sure. Yeah. And this has a couple of screws. I have them somewhere over there. Oh, you grabbed them. Okay.
Yep. They were inside your power supply.
Oh, I thought I put them on the counter. Oh, well. So that means, let's see here. Yeah, so there's two little holes for the screws right there. One for this power supply, one for this one. Well, Chris, I'm a little anxious right now because...
So am I. I'm going to step outside. Okay. Do you have safety goggles? Oh, come on.
I have safety goggles, but are they really necessary?
No. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun to see.
Okay, so I think this should be hooked up to AC number 1. And so if this thing goes pop, we'll know, but...
Yeah, we'll know that there's a short in the system board.
It's in.
And... Oh!
Do we have a green light?
We have a light for the wrench.
Uh-oh.
And a green light for the sine wave.
Well, that's good. What does the wrench exactly mean?
Nothing's engaging yet.
Oh, do it.
No, you do it. It's your machine. Here. Yeah.
All
right, do it. Hit the button.
Nothing?
Oh, all that buildup. I don't remember what the...
Now the wrench is back.
Yeah.
Is that even the power button?
Yeah, it is. Um,
Does this need its case on to work? Is it one of those systems?
I don't. It might, but I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that as a need.
You think the video card would do something?
Could be. I'm trying to remember on these if it's peripheral based. It could be complaining because there's no keyboard,
Oh God.
which is highly possible.
I'll cry if that happens. Nope, still a wrench. I mean, we could try, but if it's not going to turn on, it's not going to turn on.
So, son. You're definitely farther than you were.
Yeah.
Darn, I was hoping to hear this thing juice up.
Well, I mean, that's not it, is it?
Oh, hey, actually, this is cool. So if you come on this side, there is power going to the system board.
How can you tell?
There is an LED indicator. That's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
So there is a strong possibility that what I'm thinking is the issue is just the fact that it needs the keyboard.
Oh God, please do not tell me that's it. We could probably run down to my neighbors and ask for it.
That's how close you are.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's how close you are on this, is that keyboard. But it is 830.
I'm honestly tempted to just run down there and see if he has the keyboard, because if he had the system, he had the keyboard. And he doesn't get rid of things. He's not the type. Yeah? Do you mind if I just bolt? He likes to keep me long, but I'll try to be short.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for Elliot to come back, a couple things about this system that is really unique. So I had mentioned the SCSI interface on the inside here, but on the back you can have an external drive array, and the drive arrays would only hold 4 drives. So you had your cable that went out the back into that drive array, and that would give you your RAID 1, your RAID 5, and your RAID 10 configurations. Anything outside of that wasn't capable back in the day. Nowadays we have RAID 25, we have RAID 0+1, we have RAID 1+0. That's just the difference between striping and mirroring. But in this case, I alluded to something I had Sun fix, which was if you ran a RAID inside, you weren't supposed to run the RAID on the outside. If you ran a RAID on the outside, you had to only boot up with a single drive on the inside. But regardless, this ribbon cable was the big catch-22 that you had to really deal with. And at the time, no one knew that this was an issue. And this terminator right here was part of the key, and then this cable is also part of it. But these things were designed as massive workhorses. Once they're up and running, you never had to power them off. And the Unix operating system running on Spark was way ahead of its time. It was comparable to AS400s back in the day. The difference is an AS400 would fill a small room, and all that processing power was equivalent to a box this size. So what Elliot's got here is actually a fantastic example of a system that, while slow in today's standards, is still very much technologically capable of running a lot of systems. If you could run a web server on it, it would still be running today. But again, as we look at this era, this is not a green machine. It consumes a ton of power. It doesn't have energy saving capabilities in it. So when it was on, it was on. And it was exhausting something fierce. So I had mine in a data room that dumped 10 tons of cooling, which for those data center fiends know that 10 tons is quite a bit. To put it in common household terms, most air conditioners only dump, portable conditioners or even ones that are on your house, only dump about a ton, maybe a ton and a half to cool a house. So 10 times that amount to cool devices like this and to keep it efficient. We mentioned the 4-port network card on this. This was probably set up in a network routing configuration because there is a built-in Ethernet on this. Its label is TP, which is twisted pair. So it was 10 meg. The add-in card is probably a 10/100. And that allowed you to have a primary network and 4 routing networks on it as well. This was before virtual LANs existed, so this is how you had to do it. Within 5 years of this technology, VLANs were created, which allowed you to have a virtual network switch running on a network card, and you could have 250 networks running across a single network card, all separated out. Little tidbits for Elliot and his audience to pick up on. Let's call that the sun Easter egg.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I'm reading a note he left for me. So, as soon as he walked away, I played a hunch. This is Chris, by the way, who left a notepad doc on my laptop for me. I installed the 2 drives, pressing firmly into the backplane. Engaging power, it made no difference. Since you indicated that there was an uncertainty on the drive in particular slots, I removed and placed them in an alternate slots. Turning the key... Oh my god. The lights stayed green. Deciding to take a risk, I pressed the power button. Voila! Powered on. Engaged. CD-ROM. Oh my god. I hated to do this without you, but my gut was pretty dialed on things, mostly from years of history. I doubly hated... oh my god. I doubly hated that you weren't here, but I did record some tidbits for you. A little explanation on the SCSI interface, network card, and explanation, etc. I will include these. I have removed the drives for now, but left them in the slots that worked. You will need the screen to keep the backplane together. Get some heat compound too. It's 9:05 p.m. and I need to head out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I need to turn on a camera for this. My iPhone died. Hopefully the footage isn't all gone. That would really fucking suck. Okay. Alright, camera's rolling. I'm going to set my mic down, but you'll still be able to hear me, and if not, you got the phone audio. Oh, okay. So this guy... Oh. My phone's not going to turn on. So here are the drives. I'm stuttering. I'm so excited to see this machine work. I need to put the phone... It says I need the screen to keep the drives in place. Oh my god, dude. Let's hear this thing. Wait, hold on. I gotta turn the key to the on position. Oh my god. Haha! Oh my god! It works! Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh shit, I need to turn this off. Oh, that's awesome! Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, y'all, this is awesome. The thing turns on. Thank you so much, Chris. I know you're not here to hear me say this, but thank you so much, Chris. I'm going to send you this video. I hope it finds you well. Um, Now, as much as I'd like to hook up a screen right now, I shouldn't. That heatsink fell off. It's a bad idea. I need some thermal compound. I need the keyboard. And y'all, I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger like this. All right, I'm very sorry because I'm excited to see this thing boot into Solaris and all that. But it's late. I have work tomorrow. I got to get to my job. Uh, I don't even know how to end this. I'm so happy to see this thing work, but everybody, we're so close. We are so close to seeing this thing work again. I'll see you all in the next one. This is insane. Yeah. Goodbye all.